Hang Seng is seeing gains of 0.6%. Taiwan is also seeing, quite a good move right now.
You're seeing a lot of volatility and uncertainty around global market.
The market regulator intends to phase out buyback through open market or exchange route.
53 points higher for the Nifty. The Sensex is up 180 points.
Market is as of now, in a consolidation phase. Valuations are rich.
We see a very good growth in the motor segment.
India just gets some indirect benefits, but directly, as you know, India doesn't get.
The Nifty, though, has given up its early morning gains, has moved into the red terrain.
I think the term cryptocurrency, private cryptocurrency, is a fashionable way of describing what is otherwise 100% speculative activity.
It's been a brutal year for tech giants around the world. Apple stock is down about 18% so far.
Patients or in general public is largely aware about their health.
115-point downtick on the Nifty, and that's almost a 300-point downtick that we are seeing from the top today. All right, that was the day so far. Quite a disappointing day for the bulls, and I guess a lot of people saw it coming perhaps because of the way global markets have shaped up, the COVID situation globally, and not just COVID in China, but the ramifications that it would have on manufacturing, on supply chain issues, eventually on travel demand as well. All of that has spooked global markets and our own markets. Hello and welcome to Closing Bell. I'm Sonia. With me, there's Nigel and Mangalam. Folks, it's been tricky, and today the mid-cap index is taking the biggest brunt, down over 330 points. The good part is at least some levels, 18,200, the recent low is something that's holding at least for now. But let's see, there's still 1 hour to go, and it's a massive sell-off that we're seeing in the market at the moment.
Well, that's right, Sonia. It's souring mood a little bit, right? Because you were hoping for a Santa Claus rally, but that's not really come about. But the hope is that we don't break down from here. However, bounces are getting sold into, and that's something that if you look at the last few days, well, we're moving to around that 18,300, 18,400 odd mark as well. But from higher levels, you're getting some supply. And just take a look at the options data today. The 18,400 call and the 18,300 call. There's a massive open interest built up at both these two strikes. So between both these two strikes, the total open interest build up is close to around 1.5 crore shares. That's massive, right? So aggressive writing is what we've seen at that level. And those that are writing the 18,300 odd call, the level that they are trying to defend is around 18,375 odd, because on average the premium would have been at approximately that level. Now on the downside, well, we're looking at two important levels. The 50 DMA, if things go wrong, well, you'll be hoping that that level holds out. And from the day's low, that's what we hit just around 35-40 minutes or so ago, 18,160, we have bounced close to around 80 points from there. So important for us to defend this level on a closing basis. The market's a little bit skittish. Maybe these worries that we're having right now, maybe it's getting blown a little bit to an extreme as we speak. Maybe things will not get that bad. So that's a crucial zone. The bulls will be hoping that this level holds out. Mangalam, what else?
That's right, Nigel, history rhymes, but let's hope that this time around it does not repeat because of the way we're seeing these moves on the stocks that we're talking about out here. Anything which has to do with going outdoors is getting pummeled. Case in point, something like in Indian hotels, we have PVR, we have Trent, we have Lemon Tree hotels, all of them under pressure. The mid-cap index is a telling sign because over the last few trading sessions, it has been underperforming. Today, for the most part of today's trading session, it was actually doing well, the first half at least. And then there was this tug of war between bulls and bears. If you just take a look at the crisscross lines, you'll see that, the mid-caps were advancing for most part of the first half. Then those lines came together, and thereafter there was a bit of an intersection. And now as we speak, we have nearly 2,500 stocks which are declining, and that compares with just around 450 stocks which are advancing. These lines are at the furthest that they are, with the green line being way below the red line as we speak. And a lot of these F&O stocks, they're getting pummeled. We have IRB Infra down 6%, Adani Group stocks, all of them are lower by almost 5 to 6 odd percent. Anywhere there was some movement over the last few trading sessions, we've seen those stocks underperform. India Bulls Housing Finance, for instance, down 5%. City Union Bank has been under pressure all through the day, is down by 5% as well. There has been a return of the VIX. The India VIX is up almost 12 odd percent. So that is something we're watching. It's back above that 15 mark after a spate of few months of being very low and being very benign around that 11, 12. So that is something we'll keep an eye out on as well. And just as we speak, you spoke about the high call writing, Nigel, at 18,300 and 18,400. What that has done is that it's taken the put call ratio, the live put call ratio, to 0.68. What happens tomorrow will be extremely crucial because it's also the weekly options expiry.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks a lot for that. So, that's of course what's happening with the markets right now. But there's a fresh COVID spurt, as we told you, in China, Japan, and the US has also been ringing those alarm bells. Our own government has put out a statement as well. We have the health minister who spoke about how, in the view of rising cases, they've reviewed the situation with experts and officials today, and they have directed all concerned to be alert and strengthen surveillance. So I guess that will be, the topic of discussion over the next many days on how to sort of get back protocols, whether it's restrictions, whether it's masking up, the RT-PCR tests, etc. So we'll keep you posted on that. For now, equity markets are selling off. Let's tell you what's lined up on the show. Indian markets at the day's lows as COVID worries resurface. We'll track the market technicals with Rahul Sharma of GM Financial Services. Diagnostic chains gain after resurgence in COVID cases globally. Dr. Lal, Path Labs, Metropolis Health and Vijaya Diagnostics gain about 4 to 8%. More details coming up on the show. And Glenmark Pharma is surging on the back of an important drug launch for the diabetic treatment. Details lined up on the show. We'll also be joined by our Alpha manager Ronak Onkar of PPFAS Mutual Fund to discuss his top 4 portfolio bets.
All right, how do you position yourself, though, for the final hour of trade? Mitesh Thakkar joins us to tell us